welcome to Local Artists, the podcast in which two local artists discuss the goings-on. And no, I did not say welcome. So it's going to be stuff like that. Or not, it'll be different.
I mean, you're 1 for 1 so far.
Thanks. Each time it's going to be completely different. That's just one of the cool features we have on the show.
I didn't know that you were British.
That wasn't me. I need to figure out if I can do like AI voices or something, because that would make it would come across as a little more official if it didn't all sound exactly like me.
I think
what
that's
I mean?
part of the joke, though.
Yeah, that's true. You know, sometimes restriction is good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an instance of that, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny, everybody knowing it's you doing different voices.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's funnier than AI. We don't do that crap, dude. We don't do that stuff here.
Well, wait till you see what I got ready for you next week.
Can I get a taste?
No, because it's not finished yet. I mean, I was working on a bunch of them, and they're just not quite ready. So
Okay.
It'll mostly just be the intro and outro.
That's fine. That's a good place to start. That is a good place to start.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I think that was a good intro.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're watching this and you have any ideas for, segments? Because we need to come up with more segments.
Yeah.
I had some ideas today, but I can't tell you about any of them because...
You're keeping me in the dark?
Yeah, because most of them are going to rely on you not knowing what's happening.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, that's fine.
But if you have any ideas either, you can...
Yeah.
I was going to make one for, like, say, reacting to videos or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing you sent earlier, which for some reason Instagram just didn't let me watch the video.
Oh, really?
It just wouldn't
It's
go through.
funny. The video's funny. Things like that, which I don't know if we want to get into it now, but I'm going to. That's my favorite thing and least favorite thing about the internet. Somebody posts like a funny video,
Yeah.
and then all the comments are like, "You might be the worst person ever. Why would you ever say that? Why would you do that?" Here's the video.
So what are these comments then?
Not okay to joke about this. Bro, not taking no for an answer. The comment, well, all of mine were, you got better ones up top. Oh, so women can't say no in this world no more, huh? All of the, she has a right to say no.
Uh-huh.
You're getting better top comments. Not funny, not funny. Use flying knee, brother. I like that one. Let's hope muscle memory doesn't trigger when she says yes. I like that. That's good. Abuse is not something to joke about.
Like she's saying no way, but he kicks her before she gets to way.
Like,
No way.
he's
You know
proposing.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
get the
Oh, you
joke.
get okay. All
I
right.
was playing
Sorry.
off of it. I was playing off the
I'm
joke.
being one of the people. Sorry, you're not a Sigma.
That seems like a good comment. I have to say, I do agree that it's not funny.
I thought it was funny.
I think I would like it if he wasn't kicking what are those guys called? Dave? What are those guys called?
The dummies?
I'm pretty sure they have a name.
I don't know.
Dummies.
Yeah, boxing dummies, whatever.
I'm pretty sure it has a name.
Bob.
Bob. There you go.
Which?
Oh, it's an acronym, though.
Yeah.
That's like some real, like, you know, Navy SEAL retiree tight T-shirt Instagram guy thing to do. Name it like kind of a silly name, but then also it has to be like operative.
Yeah.
Bag, you know, body.
Ugh, those guys are the worst. I mean, I respect the troop. I back the troops. Obviously, I support the troops. Those guys. I mean, we got into it a little bit last week. Those like sales
Those are the
guys.
worst guys. Yeah, they're terrible. Especially the ones where it's like the whole idea, like here's what I don't get about the Andrew Tate thing. And I don't know, maybe Andrew Tate's school teaches you how to out crypto people or how to go viral.
He's
or
not
something.
even really one of those guys. One of those guys is more like the Gary Vee or the Andy Elliott guy.
Right. I'm just talking about his course, but like a course or whatever. I don't know.
I didn't know he had a course.
But he has like a monthly. You pay like $60.
Oh, nice.
And it's like here's how I got rich. Here's how you get rich, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, a lot of those YouTubers, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to try to become Andrew Tates, and they're going to sell a course.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It only works for guys with millions of listeners already.
Yeah. Yeah,
it would
know.
be like a book, like trying to like sell people a book where it's like how to get healthy enough to write a self-help book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then what are they gonna do? Write the same
book?
The
self-help book.
You may as well just transcribe it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you.
Oh, I wanted some silence because I thought it'd be funny.
Because of the washing machine? Are you doing laundry?
No. That would be something to do with our neighbors if there are noises going on outside.
You don't hear that whirring?
I hear... I do hear a little like...
This is a great idea for a segment.
Do you hear that noise?
Do you hear that noise?
Hello, Mike. Do you hear that noise?
I discovered... I'm sorry, I maybe shouldn't be the one interjecting things, but I
No,
discovered something.
we clearly have
We're out.
nothing.
Episode 3, 5 minutes in, we're out.
Shit. Nothing.
Taylor, you have some British lineage, and so I felt I should confront you over this. I found out today that the British version of the game Fuck, Marry, Kill is called Snog, Marry, Avoid, and I just felt like you should address that.
I think that's much more proper, at least. Snog, which is sex. I mean, it's like kiss sex. It's kissing with penetration, I think, is what snog is.
Okay. That word does not fit that experience at all.
I think snog is just kiss, actually.
Okay.
Right? We can look it up.
I'm pulling up the definition.
That
My
sounds-
understanding is that it's like
a
making
make-out?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if you were going to describe a kiss
That's
like
the wrong
that
What do we got
negatively, like that negatively, then you would not call it. I don't know. It couldn't describe like a nice.
It's like a slang
kiss.
term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like what you would say to your boys. Snog is to kiss. A teenage couple might snog throughout an entire 2-hour movie. So it's like
Right. It
make
only
out.
fits
Yeah.
for making out, in my opinion.
Snog, marry, avoid. I don't like the avoid part. I think there should be some stakes in this game. You should have to kill them.
Shun.
Shun's it's too weak.
Well, it's a step down from murdering them,
No,
I
we
guess.
don't need to
Execute.
step down.
It should
Yeah.
be Snog, Marry, Execute.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
Yes.
Eradicate.
Yeah.
Well, but then
yeah.
the marry's the same, which I don't like that. It should be called wed or something.
That's true. If you're gonna change the
If
other
you're going to
two,
change it, yeah.
change it.
Change it.
Yeah. The Brits have never been. They're idiots.
Have you heard this theory that, or this thing that people say sometimes where the modern day British accent actually comes from after the U.S. declared independence and won the war?
No.
There's an idea, because like people came over to America, right? Presumably from like England and stuff. Presumably you would think they would speak in that accent.
Yeah.
But then if you go to like American people where they can like trace like Amish people or something, where they can trace it like all the way back to like, I don't know, mid 1700s or something.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have British accents, you know, and they're isolated, so their accents are influenced less.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard that.
It's a weird idea. I don't know if there's any validity to
Yeah.
it at all.
I did hear.
But it kind of would fit the British in a way.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, we lost the war. We're different from these people now.
Yeah.
How are we going to distinguish ourselves from them other than we lost a war?
Uh-huh.
We're going to come up with a fancy accent.
I've heard,
The proper way.
and maybe this would, I think only one of us can be right. Because I had heard, okay, here we go. Let's do this first. Go ahead, Trace. No, it's fine. The British accent has been developing for over 1,500 years. The standard British accent has changed significantly in the past 2 centuries.
Right. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't really make sense, though.
No, I mean, it makes, your thing now makes sense.
Right, but yeah, but how would you do that? Like, it's like giving yourself a nickname, but it's your whole dialect. How would you actually do that?
I don't know. Did Americans in 1776 have British accents? That's a good question.
Like, imagine if
Right
Sarah
below
and
that.
I got divorced, and the next time you saw me, I was like, whatever, she's a fucking waste of space, that bird. You'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, well, you need something.
Yeah, that's true. Dye my hair black.
Technically, they never did, but the answer is more complicated than that. In July 1776, the United States declared its independence from the United Kingdom, initiating a war that would end in the creation of the new country.
Mm-hmm.
So the Americans that came over from England didn't have an accent? Is that what we're...
Not like the modern British accent. No,
Yeah.
everybody has an accent.
Right. But
yeah, an English accent. What we would know
but that
today.
it would be more like, I don't know, people from Pennsylvania, how they talk.
Yeah. I had
Not
heard
British.
that it was either the Irish accent or, man, it could be a few. It was Irish, Scottish, maybe Australian. It was just drunk British accent that had caught on, and then it became like their accent. It might have been Irish. It was, 'cause somebody said a couple words like as a drunk person's British accent, and it sounded exactly like my guess is it's Irish based on the fact that it's drunks, but it also could be Australian because they were
Australians, it almost makes more sense to me.
they were a prison colony, so you know
Yeah.
they're not the greatest people.
Well, and they seem kind of like if like Florida was a big country or something.
yeah,
I don't know.
Australia is
I've never been to
cool.
Australia. I don't
I've
know
never
anything
been.
about it.
I've never
but
been.
The only Australian YouTubers I know, which are incidentally the only
Okay, so it's Australian accent is a product of early settlers' heavy drinking. Claims academic.
academic Dean Frankel.
Is that him? No.
No, that, he's a huge
I was hoping.
drunk.
Yeah.
He's actually an Australian drunk.
The Australian accent
That's
is
so
the product
drunk.
of
He's like,
colonial,
this is how we talk. I can't do an Australian, but
colonial settlers getting drunk, according to one of the country's speech experts, Dean Frankel, a tutor and lecturer at Victoria University in Melbourne, or Melbourne as they call it, said
Melbourne.
that while
That's
it also
Liverpudlian,
had
sorry.
origins in Aboriginal, English, Irish, and German, the Australian accent is partly a result of their ancestors' love of alcohol. So say something in an Australian accent.
Can you? I don't think I can.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't.
Yeah, I want to try, but now I feel like I'm
Put
going to
another shrimp on the barbie.
That doesn't sound like it.
Prawn. They don't call them shrimp.
What? The English don't call them shrimp.
Australians don't either. They call them prawns.
What are you talking about? The Outback Steakhouse commercial? Ever seen it?
Yeah, it's out. That's yeah, exactly. It's like an American
do you think
thing.
orange chicken has been around
the
in
Outback.
ancient China?
Yeah,
Is that what you think?
Yeah. I mean, some sort of
You don't know
orange
nothing
chicken.
about the world.
I guess not.
I bet
guess
you
I'm just
didn't
an
even know
idiot.
that like a black scent is basically just hick.
A black what is
A black scent?
A black scent. Oh, like a
Urban, what's it called? What is it called? Ebonics?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, all that stuff just hicks. Look it up. It's true. I mean, this has been podcasted to death probably, this subject.
Black
It's
scent.
not going to come up that way.
It may. What is
The
black scent?
origin of Ebonics. Anyway,
Whatever. You're an idiot.
I'm telling you, it's
Not
the
you.
truth. I mean, if you think about how like a hick from Kentucky would speak like that, say, I ain't having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
It
also-
makes complete. I mean, it makes complete sense.
I mean, think about how black people from Africa speak.
it's no longer
Follow me,
Ebonics, by
I
the
know
way.
I can't do accents for shit. We got to work on our accents.
Yeah.
It would really take, because this whole discussion
It's about accents.
yeah, the entertainment value would go up
Oi,
200%.
Come on, mate. You think I'm all? That's that is Australian.
Ebonics.
I'm from Australia, ain't it? That's right.
All of this is just like the etymology of the word Ebonics. It's not actually.
All right, we're not gonna find
talking
anything. I'm
about
gonna
them.
Well,
trust
whatever.
you. I trust you. I absolutely trust you.
Well, you should. Who do you think came up with it? Black people? I'm saying how you
Yeah.
speak is inherited. If you take a China guy from China,
a China hot.
if you take a Chinese boy
Yeah.
when he's,
Yeah.
and it has to be a boy,
Yeah.
but if you take a Chinese boy from
Yes. China.
Dongling
Yeah.
or wherever,
Of course.
when
yeah.
he's a day old,
I
and
hear
you raise
that's
him
beautiful over there.
and you raise him in San Francisco,
Yeah, he's gonna turn out to be a
he's gonna
queer
speak.
boy.
He's gonna turn out gay,
Yeah.
which very much dishonor,
Yeah.
very much.
Very much.
Shame on the family, but
But the family gave him up, so
yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah.
Do you guys know about the white guy that like grew up in China and has like a heavy
Yes.
accent?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
100%.
seen that.
Well, this is what I'm saying is like you don't come up with your accent or the way you speak.
Can
You
we find that video?
inherit it from other people, and as culture
Yeah.
continues developing,
Right.
it adjusts over time.
So
but
it
it's
would
a
make
group
sense.
thing.
Oh, you already got it.
I mean, how you speaking is for communication. Communication.
Yeah,
to
so
other
it would make
people.
sense that the black Ebonics comes
I'm
from
saying black
the
Ebonics.
South.
Black people didn't come up with
Yeah.
whatever. I don't. Can we just look up how black guys talk? No. What is this? Oh, this is the white guy. This is the white guy.
Cause in local schools, only blonde person hard to do anything. Always stand out one. China, same thing. They call me Jingfa.
He also looks like the kind of guy that would learn Chinese properly. Like
he
born in
had the
America.
picture to.
No, I'm
prove
not
it.
doubting the validity. This isn't crazy at all.
No, it
Like,
makes sense.
like if you have like a fucking 80 IQ, I'm sure you'd be like, "What? I'd never think something like that would happen." It's like, of course,
yeah.
of
you're an
course,
idiot.
that's how it happened. Yeah, because you're almost.
Yeah. 80. What's a good IQ? I don't know what mine is.
I don't know what my. I don't want to know. I don't want to know
No.
what my IQ is
What's a good?
because I know I'll be
what's the
disappointed.
range?
I'm like smug enough that I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the average IQ is in the mid to high 90s. I want to say. Could you look that up, Trace?
He's on it. He's got a lot of looking up.
Your fingers
This
are going to be
episode.
so. Here we go.
What is
Average
the average
IQ?
IQ by country, state, gender, and
I know we have to be
more?
careful with this because we don't want to get we don't want to get too inquisitive. You know what I mean?
Okay. Most people have an IQ between 85 and 115.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah. Around 98%. Nice. Percent?
Score
98%
lower.
people have scored a lot below 130.
So if you're 130 or above, you're in the top 2%.
I think you're
terms of
considered a
IQ.
genius.
We don't have to look it up
I would like to see what
here we go.
Washington's
States
is,
is fine. States is fine. As long as we keep this in the U.S., we should be okay.
Washington 101.5. Is that the best? No, Wyoming's 101. Wyoming's smarter than Washington?
Vermont's 102. You'd probably see
Vermont,
that quicker if you
Vermont is.
if you had a higher IQ.
New Hampshire 103.
Oh, What's going on in New
Massachusetts 103.1. Oh, no, still New Hampshire 103.2. It's got it. So New Hampshire's the smartest so far, and yeah, Alabama is not looking good.
wait, what was higher than New Hampshire? I thought there
Nothing.
was some.
No, there was
what
one
was
close.
it? 103 something.
There was 103.2, 103.1.
I see. Okay.
Massachusetts is 103.1.
Which one had the lowest?
Alabama didn't look so good, but
96.
96, yeah.
But yeah, okay. So somewhere around 100
Yes.
in the U.S.
Yeah. Let's go. Just a quick scan of lowest. So far, it is still Alabama. Oh, Louisiana, 95.2. I'll give them the 0.2. They need it. Mississippi, not great, 95.8. Oh, 95.0. New Mexico. Just like old Mexico. Not very smart.
You know, people.
New Mexico, the dumbest one.
I think people. I
Congratulations.
don't know anything about intelligence quotients,
Yeah.
but
It sounded like I just sang that.
it seems kind of like it seems like height. You know, where it's like one, it's it's not your fault. Whatever IQ. No, it's mostly genetic. I mean, there's
yeah.
No, not a little bit. There's
Okay.
a little bit of wiggle room the other way.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, with upbringing and nutrition and blah blah blah.
Yeah. You can learn things.
You don't have to be a high IQ person to have real wisdom, though. This goes back all the way to our test episode with my Medea piece.
It's true. You're right.
But yeah, it's kind of like height, but effectiveness at using your brain, I guess.
It's like weight.
I don't know. It's not like weight, though.
Genetics play a huge part, and then you
This is the
decide.
second time you'll be wrong about weight.
What's the first time I was wrong about weight?
The squirrel thing,
No, that was right.
which I was not in the room for, by the way.
What squirrel?
I had to listen back to the whole
terminal
thing. And then I'm
velocity?
like, oh yeah, I went to the bathroom.
The terminal velocity?
And then Josh told like the best story ever.
What story?
And you guys are like, it's impossible. Even though it happened right before his eyes.
What is the story? I don't remember this.
A squirrel fell from a tree and died. And then another squirrel came and mourned.
Look
and
it
then
up.
carried it off.
Squirrels, if they're falling from an airplane, will not die
Well,
when they
I
hit
know
the ground.
both
So
of you
what-
guys
what
think
we
this.
No,
This is why you told
true.
him he was wrong.
So here's the thing. Here's what we established is that the squirrel must have been like shot out of the tree, slingshot.
Well,
with
if you
something, I
had
don't know.
listened-
But here's the thing: is that a squirrel, in order for it to survive terminal velocity, it has to be in control of its own body. If it was unconscious and it fell,
Sure.
it could still die.
So it might
'cause
have had
part
a
of it
heart attack.
surviving- Yes.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, he did say it was twitching a little bit on the ground and bleeding from its head. You know what I mean?
So it seems like it was not in control. That's just what I know. I'm something of a scientist.
Okay, well, whatever.
Myself?
Maybe it's impossible.
It is.
I don't know. It doesn't
It's
matter.
like when you take an ant from.
So I wanted to talk about what we're thankful for.
Did you play?
Because it's Thanksgiving
that-
this week, everybody.
Did you have that timed, or did you sneak it in when I was talking nonsense about squirrels falling
I don't know.
from? I'm gonna see it.
Well, you don't know for now, and that's good.
Yeah, you
It's
snuck it in
useful.
there. You snuck it in there with a little finger tap.
Little tap of the finger when things were getting dull.
Yeah. Okay. What are we
and I was
thankful
recycling things from the
That's true.
non-Patreon, the trans Patreon episodes,
for? Okay.
which are not yet Patreon episodes, but will one day
Yeah.
be
We'll transition into being
Patreon,
Patreon
episodes. That's
Sorry.
right.
Look, I'm trying to fill some time. I'm not that interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, it turns out I guess I'm gonna have to actually make basically about 18 segment jingles.
We're not gonna need 18. Give us a few.
No, that was a segment jingle, and now you're not doing the segment.
I'm doing the segment. Go.
What are you thankful for? It's Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I'm thankful for a lot of stupid things that are not funny and whatever. I
All
like
right,
my
what's
wife,
the
my kids, my family,
Oh.
my job. It's lame.
So funny.
No, it sucks. That's why this sucks. You suck.
Well, Thanksgiving is not nice. That's not why we do it.
Well, I'm thankful for all of those things. Genuinely thankful for all of those things.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want me to be?
Yeah, what's the funniest
I'm
thing
thankful
you're
for.
Because you could have just been dishonest for the sake of being funny. It wouldn't matter. People could tell you're joking.
I can't.
Look, we're not looking for an audience that's going to be like those Instagram comments where it's like, oh, yeah, it's not a joke. It's like, it's clearly just a joke.
I'm thankful for Nancy Pelosi, his
Yeah.
husband.
Okay. Why is that?
He's letting all married old guys know that it is okay to be gay still. In fact, his lover came over and hit him in the head with a hammer. You're telling me that man's not laying pipe?
Did that guy go to jail? If that guy didn't go to jail, then he probably
Oh, he was. Allegedly was his lover. I mean,
There's no way
Mr.
that's- why
yes,
would he hit him
look
with
it
a-
up. Because the cops were coming.
Why would he hit him with a hammer?
I mean, they clearly had some. I think he was.
But if the cops are coming, who is going down? The random
Look at
Craigslist
Mr. Pelosi.
homosexual
He's just like holding
prostitute?
his wine, and he's like one hand. The guy has a hammer, and he's like, oh, "Come on."
I saw the video. There, he's like,
And then
we're
he gets
friends. Yeah, it's bad.
And then he's. Yeah, I mean it's sad. Look,
Yeah,
But-
it's dangerous to argue that karmatically things like this should happen. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, it shouldn't happen.
Because nobody should do shit like this. I don't think we're going to be able to show this part, so maybe just... He does have his pants off.
He has his pants off. He's just holding the. Oh,
Okay, well,
so we didn't even see the.
that's probably a YouTube thing. That's probably why it's
Yeah.
edited that way. But
That
see, the
guy
guy's
definitely-
breaking
he's-
into his house.
But he's
and shit?
holding a hammer like he's gay. So, case solved. I would say case closed. Look at the way he's hitting the back door. Gay. I like boys. That's not gay. He did try to shoulder.
I think he's just fat, so he has to swing it.
No, there's some stuff.
That way.
You can look it up or not. It's not that interesting. It's pretty interesting. There's some stuff that adds up. Look it up now, right now.
No, so that's what you're thankful for.
I'm thankful for.
Maybe we shouldn't get too specific on the other stuff, though.
What other stuff?
The stuff he's telling him to look up, maybe you should just keep it at a speculative level. You know what I mean?
Why? It's funnier
because
to
I'm thankful
get into
for
conspiracy
being
theories.
alive and
That's stupid.
not having everybody think I'm insane yet. You know?
No, well, you don't. Our audience is not those stupid people on Instagram.
I guess so.
Yeah. It's funny to look up a conspiracy theory about Nancy Pelosi's husband being gay and getting hit in the head by his lover.
Except he did actually have somebody break into his home and try to kill him with a hammer.
Yeah, well, sure.
What I don't get is
That's not the
what
funny
I don't
part.
get is that he waited for the police.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense.
get on it. Look up the
Okay.
conspiracy. We don't.
Am I supposed to be Googling?
God.
Conspiracy theory: Nancy Pelosi's husband, lover, hammer.
We should have saved this for the Valentine's Day episode.
I am thankful for friends. I'm thankful for you, Frank.
I was gonna say that too. I'm very thankful for you, and I'm
We've
thankful
come-
for Trace.
Yes.
Not only doing this, but mostly doing this.
Yeah.
But you know, well, whatever. You're right. I don't want to get too sincere.
It's lame.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But the jingle was good.
The jingle was very good, and some other mountains. What do you got? Hit us with the conspiracy.
Well, as far as conspiracy goes, after a quick Google, all I'm getting is a bunch of like really official looking news
Yeah,
sites.
so-
and none of that's fun. Like I don't want to know PBS's
It's also
thoughts.
not. It's also, you know,
And they're-
that's where they're gonna tell you.
Yeah, they're
not
like
gonna say
the
that.
titles of all of these are lies and conspiracy theories.
Right.
Like trying to deny it as hard as
Oh,
they can. I had
yeah.
another Thanksgiving related.
Which is kind of like
thing.
being in the closet. That same strategy.
Yeah.
I
you don't
love-
think they paid off
I
the
love
news? Yeah.
Pussy.
Oh, did you,
You know
see?
what I mean?
It was Meek Mill, the rapper, after it came out that he was like having gay sex with P. Diddy. His tweet was,
Yeah, you heard the audio.
like, "I love vagina" or something. Like that might be the gayest thing you could have possibly.
Which,
now I know
look,
it was you.
It's
The audio is
hack
crap.
bit. It's
The
a
audi-
hack bit what we're doing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but
whatever.
it is.
The
if
audio
the
was
shoe
not
fits.
him. The audio was not them.
Yeah, it probably isn't.
It's just
Because
it's racist to think.
Why-
It's just two black guys getting after it, and you're like, hold on. Yes, I hear Meek Mill and P. Diddy.
that is true. You would have to really actually look into their voices.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
you
it
would
was.
have to listen to about 10 hours of
Yeah,
their music and interviews and stuff like that to maybe even be
Yeah.
able to picture properly.
I think somebody did find the video of where those noises came from, and it was just a random like.
But you still would think that Diddy got
Did he
there.
did he did it? Did he did he
Did he get there?
did
he made it.
Did it? Did he did it?
Diddy made it.
He made it.
He's
had
going
something.
down, right? Is he going down?
He went down for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then now he's going down.
Okay. Well, I hope he. I don't know.
He went down orally, is what I'm.
I hope we see. I mean, if things go, if things really go Wild West in that
Mhm.
sense, in terms of some information and stuff, I wonder what the Grammys. I would watch the Grammys. I'd wonder what they'd look like, because it'd probably be like
Most of the
70%
people,
new
yeah.
people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh,
I don't know.
you hear Donald Trump says he's going to release the JFK. He's going to
Mhm.
declassify the. We'll see if he actually does it.
I
But I,
mean,
would
it's
be
so long
very
ago.
interested.
RFK was already on like a podcast being like, my parents or my father and my uncle were killed by the CIA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he openly says that.
My father and
He openly chokes that sentence out of his head.
the same way P. Diddy does.
You know his sister that disavowed him? Same
Mhm.
voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
it's
have
really
something,
weird.
right?
I think
it's a
so.
disease.
Probably a genetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad. We should make fun. We should make fun of Republicans. Okay, only Democrats. Only Nancy Pelosi's.
Well,
gay
we could make
husband.
fun of some of Trump's picks. Some of his noms.
Sure, yeah.
Because some of the picks seem okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into the Trump thing, then
Mhm.
you'll think the picks are good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But then some of the picks are like, what the fuck? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Dr. Oz is a...
Seems
It's kind of
silly.
like appointing Dr. Phil, which I get
Yes,
because
it's the
we
same-
did appoint a celebrity reality TV star
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
the office. So
Dr.
I
Oz
get the
ran
thinking
and
there, I
lost
guess, but-
against Fetterman. The
don't
guy who
know
had a
Fetterman.
stroke 2
Isn't that
weeks before he.
Oh, really?
Yeah, John Fetterman. He's the. He's now the governor of. What? It's close around D.C. What are those ones? It's not Virginia. Maryland. Connecticut.
I've never actually been to the East Coast once in
no,
my
it's
life.
Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You don't know John Fetterman?
Mm-mm.
He wears.
See, I'm really not tuned in. It's all very surface level and then weird.
He's the guy who never
conspiracies.
wears suits. He's like the big ogre looking. Can we show him? He wears like sweatshirts to all of like his public addresses. He was just on Rogan a couple weeks ago before the election.
Really?
You don't know this guy? Is it Pennsylvania?
He kind of looks a little bit like Rob McElhenney, almost.
Look at him. I mean, look, the one second
related.
second to the right, bottom row or
Not
second
very
row.
right.
That one.
He looks like Lincoln.
Oh, sorry. I mean, he's getting a picture taken. It looks like something serious. He's wearing a Carhartt jacket.
Look how happy he looks in the Carhartt. Now look how miserable he looks in the suit. He looks so like I'm fucking have to wear a suit.
But he had a stroke while he was running for,
Wow.
and then all of his speeches are
Thank
just
God he's
complete
okay.
nonsense. Yeah, oh, of course.
Yeah.
And he seems like a funny, or not funny, like a nice. I mean, he's a nice guy. Most people are nice, I would say. But Dr. Oz ran against this guy who had a stroke during the campaign. Couldn't talk. I mean, it
Yeah.
was early on the campaign. Couldn't talk the rest of the time, like
Has he
stuttering.
recovered a little?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better now,
Oh,
but he's
that's
still
good.
like he uses so when he was on Rogan, he had to ask like because Rogan would have to like
Text to speech thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he'd like read it.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, what did you say? Because somebody starts talking
Damn.
fast a little bit, you don't really get all the words perfectly.
That's also a really good, like, say, what if, like, maybe Kamala would have won if she'd had a stroke around the time she got nominated. So that then she could just have the phone give the answers, you know what I
She'd
mean?
have better speeches.
She could have gone on Rogan if she could have done that.
Yeah. Anyway, he seems like a nice enough guy. I mean, they're all nice, probably.
Mhm.
Maybe not. I mean, there's some
No, I doubt it,
evil,
because-
evil
Well,
politicians.
I mean, you're talking about people that, like, aspire to have legal authority over other people.
Mhm.
Now, you can be, well, I guess you can be three types of people in a position like that. You can be like a person like most people where they end up doing what they do for a living, where it's just kind of, here's the next thing that I kind of naturally
Mhm.
fall into, or that through nepotism I'm kind of just shoved into this thing, but I don't have the courage to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have that. Then you can have, like, say, police officers. You can have a type of person where it's like genuinely just wants to do good.
Mhm.
You know, like we have a friend that wanted to be a police officer, or maybe still want, I don't know. But that guy, if you look at that guy and his character, you're like, that's who should be a police officer.
All right.
So you can get guys like that too. And even those guys, even if their intentions are in the right place, doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mean that it's gonna go well either. But, and then you have people where it's like, get a sense of meaning or something, like a satisfaction out of being able to control people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or have authority over other people. And I think like people that are politicians at the higher levels, I'm not talking about some like, oh, it's your little municipality and
City council.
you have your guy, but like yeah, like a senator, or what is he? A congressman?
He's a senator.
A senator,
right? He's
yeah.
A senator, yeah.
How many are those even per state? Two, four?
One. No, one
Depending on the
senator.
state? I
No,
thought it was-
one governor, two senators.
I think it's at least two. Maybe it depends on the size of the state. See, the further we get into this, the more it's just revealed that I
was
going
gonna
to
say,
no
yeah, it's
idea
more than
what I'm
showing that we
talking
don't know.
about. Yeah, exactly.
2 senators per state.
Okay. One governor.
Okay, so I got that almost
one
right.
governor. Yeah.
One governor, and then how many Congress?
I think
People.
that might be.
The same?
Well, no, definitely not.
Uh-oh. Something okay? Or bad, you think? Oh, they just drove by.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Okay,
We were
Out to
talking
get
about
Fetterman.
corrupt government people, and they see flashing lights right outside the window.
They're coming for us. This thing is really
No.
blown up.
No, I don't think. That's not really how it works either, you know what I mean?
They're not listening in.
No, well, I'm saying, like, we're not a threat. I think even if we made it our mission to be a threat,
No. Yeah.
Because we don't know how
We
many
don't know
fucking
enough.
sailors there are per state.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know the system even basically enough to really,
Mm-hmm.
where you should really give any credence.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun.
It is fun. I
You
love
know.
speculating. I don't like knowing the answers. Speculating is the way to go, really. What do you think? You had something you were thankful for. You were going to say something.
Oh, yes. Well, just something on the topic of Thanksgiving, because it is that time of the year and that time of the season in America. And so I have a few Thanksgiving sides pulled up, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts, because I know there's always some controversy and some contention over the sides and which are good and which are bad.
Oh, this like side dishes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, I mean, it's just food, is the whole holiday.
So we're doing like a tasty video for this portion.
Sure.
You know what I mean? On YouTube, that company.
I don't know that company.
It's
I imagine
we
they're like a
try
Jubilee
18
or like
different
a-
styles of orange chicken.
Well, yeah, except we're not actually eating anything. We're just going to listen
It would
to
be
you guys
so
talk
much
about
better
it.
if
This
we
sounds
were
good,
eating
and
it.
then maybe we can do relatives next, like types of relatives.
I like that.
Ants, get them out of here.
Get 'em
dude.
out.
Get them out.
But before we get to that, before we even get to the sides, let's start with turkey. What are your guys' thoughts on the turkey?
Turkey can be. Turkey is one of those. What was that?
It's okay.
Turkey is one of those foods that, if it is done well, is very good. If it's done average or bad, it's not good at all. Like mushrooms. Mushrooms are either one of my favorite
Delectable?
foods or one of my least favorite foods.
Despicable.
Yeah. My dad makes a fantastic bird.
That's the name of the segment, okay?
Delectable or
Despicable.
despicable? Yeah.
The most BuzzFeed possible name.
But you're saying turkey is right in the center.
No, turkey
That it
is
can
either
be
very
either.
good.
No, I'm saying of the categories. Like it's right on the fence. It tips in either direction.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I will
I like
also
turkey.
point out just real quick about what you just said is that I see what you're saying and I agree, but it could technically be said for anything you could eat.
I don't know. Bad pizza is
you
still
prepare
really
as
good.
a dish. Okay, maybe there's yeah. You're right. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, in context.
Like even bad hamburger, I'm still like, oh, this is really good.
And I don't mean to sound like a hick when I say this, but
You don't want to speak in Ebonics.
I do be liking that dark meat.
Dark meat is
It's
juicy.
the way to go.
Dark meat is the way to go.
The
Slap
darker the
me in
meat,
the face with a drumstick,
the
baby.
juicier the sweet.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's Kenny, baby. Kenny.
Kenny Powers?
Oh, you don't know about rap and stuff? That's okay. That's
Oh,
cool.
sorry. I'm out of touch.
He doesn't know about rap. He never had black friends. I had so many black friends.
That's true.
in high
I never
school.
did.
And you didn't have a single. You call me one time and you go, "Hey, can I borrow some of your black friends to go
Sure.
see this Medea movie?"
Yeah. I was going. Well, I was going to see Black Panther, and I didn't have any black friends to go with. And I
Oh,
called
that's right.
you, and you have an excess of them.
You're like, if I don't go into Black Panther with a bunch of black friends,
They're gonna think that I'm racist.
Well, yeah, it's not your space.
No, of course not. It's not.
Oh, it's time for another segment. I'm sorry. This is kind of stepping on your. You're right about the timestamps. I should have told you.
So you didn't push anything.
But
that-
no, but I didn't want to tell Taylor when they were coming up.
Okay.
Anyway,
Are we gonna get some words to, or is this just an
No,
instrumental
so
one?
I'll explain. This segment is called "Reading Notes Off My Phone."
Okay.
Because I figured 45 minutes into the episode, we'd really be struggling.
Okay. I have some notes on my phone.
You know what's funny is I feel like we actually kind of caught our wind like 15, 20 minutes in, which is kind of funny. But it was probably the TV, honestly. But I'm sorry, but fuck your BuzzFeed segment. We're moving on now.
I didn't mind the segment.
So these are notes
Okay.
on my phone that I don't know what they are because you write down a note on your phone because you're not going to remember.
But
Right.
then you don't remember when you read it.
Yeah, so I don't really know. I don't know. This might not be anything.
It's fine.
And either
We'll
we
try
can
it.
go to your notes on your phone, or we can go back to
The BuzzFeed.
delectable or despicable.
Okay. And we're going to try to decipher what these mean.
I don't know. I'm just gonna read them, and then I guess I'll get your input. Okay. Things to say on the podcast. Don't say the parts in parentheses out loud. In parentheses. That's my first little joke.
No, I knew it was, but I liked it. That's why I was laughing, because
It's a go-to joke, but whatever. Yeah. Okay. Don't read those parts. Okay. I almost want
second little joke.
Just read those parts.
Just read whatever.
It's fine. I get it. If you grew up with Adam Sandler while he became popular, you grew up with a different Adam Sandler than the movies I grew up with.
We're the
Notes on my phone.
we're the same age, so it's
Right.
hard for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you feel
I
about
like
that?
Adam Sandler movies a little bit. It's
Like, what do you mean, though?
it's an easy, stupid watch.
Bad. Yeah. But you don't smoke weed or anything.
No, but I still like. I mean, Happy Gilmore. It's funny. It's stupid, but it's funny.
I tried to watch it the other day, or maybe it was Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, great.
It was one of those classic Adam Sandler movies where people say what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, yeah, Jack and Jill is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy Madison, I mean, come on. I don't remember which one of the ones it was, but I couldn't get 5 minutes in. I was so like, this is fucking
Whatever.
stupid.
You're so pretentious.
Oh, you know what? I think Adam Sandler's a hero. And
I'm proud.
have you
to
seen
be-
his stand-up,
No.
Mr. Comedian?
No.
You need to actually watch some fucking comedians, okay? Actually, maybe you don't. It might be better if you...
I watch a
Avoid
lot
it.
of stand-up. It's not good.
Okay, but not Adam Sandler, apparently, so...
Well, is it worth watching?
Yes. It's really funny.
Okay, then I'll watch
And it's
it.
silly. It's silly. It's really silly, and there are jokes in it where you're like, ugh, jeez, Adam.
Yeah.
But in a stand-up context, because he has a guy with a keyboard and a little setup, and they play songs. He plays guitar and sings songs, and they're like 30-second vignettes that are just funny little joke bit things. It's great.
Okay.
And then he does like straight-ahead stand-up, but it's not like this modern shit nowadays. Well, there's a little confessional stuff in there, but it's really just him using it to make jokes. But it's like jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're very sweet, and they're very funny. Old Adam Sandler stand-up clips I like, too. That was actually a big turning point for me because Adam Sandler's a really good actor, but his movies that he writes and directs and produces, I mean, you would have to be like a person from, which one was it? You would have to be a to like his movies.
Person
to
from
find them funny.
Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. You would have to be to like it. You'd have to be a Bayou from Louisiana to like his movies.
You can't even pronounce Louisiana. You
and,
Bayou.
And you know, they're really bad. I mean, if you watch Adam Sandler and you don't see how they're bad, then I don't know how to explain it to you without like watching a movie together and being like, "Are you kidding me?" You know what I mean?
Well, we're gonna have to watch a movie together. Hit me with your next note.
Okay, all right. You're right. There's really nothing there.
This one's run its course. Go ahead.
Let me go to my other note.
Okay.
The invention of violence. The invention of lying, but people have forgotten / evolved out of violence for 1,000 years. Movie starts with sweetheart, huge guy, and ends / pivots with big boy using violence to get his way. But he's only necessarily violent.
I think that's a great idea.
It's a movie pitch.
I watched The Invention of Lying a couple
And
days ago.
I like the premise. Ricky Gervais, he's too much of a know-it-all. He didn't
Ugh.
take it in as deep of a direction as
Yeah.
I wish he had.
I love Ricky Gervais, and a lot of things he does I
Most
hate.
of the shows he's made, I think, are great shows.
Yes. But him just as a person, I mean, he only talks about being an atheist.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, shut up. Nobody cares anymore.
Did you see him have a debate with Stephen Colbert?
No.
We should watch some of that real quick. He had a debate because Stephen Colbert is Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if you would look at a guy like Stephen Colbert over the last 5 years and reckon him Christian. You know what I
No.
mean? So
I'd like to read some of the one-line ideas I have for jokes
okay.
and see if we can get something out of them.
Okay. You really didn't engage with either of the things I brought up at all.
No, we're still talking about Ricky Gervais, which is kind of going off of the invention of violence. I like the idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm never going to make a movie, though. Maybe
No.
you can make it if you want, if that's interesting to you.
I think it should be
It's not.
I think it should be like a 15-second short film.
It could
It's
very
like
well
the
be.
invention of violence. And, it's like shows like 5 seconds of just this perfect world where everybody's nice to each other. And then the last 10 seconds is this big fat guy going and punching like 5 people in the face. And then it ends.
But the emotional twist in that movie would be that you're introduced to this big guy that he's like 8 feet tall and he could kill anybody he wanted.
Yeah. Like,
But there's no
what's that
such
book?
thing as violence.
What's that movie?
It's so foreign to people that they don't, like the same thing as the invention of lying, where it just doesn't exist in their heads.
Yeah.
To the point where when somebody brings it up or does it, it's like seeing an alien or watching somebody vanish before your eyes or something.
It's like he hits the first person.
I guess this is the end of part 1
So he hits
of this podcast.
hits the first person. The person is like, I'm sorry, I must have walked into your hand.
Thanks for watching. Check out the Red Books on Instagram. Frank Sinclair Music on Instagram. Do you have any shout outs?
I got nothing. So he hits the first person.
Trace Plays Games on YouTube. Trace Plays Games.
Okay, cool. What were you saying?
He hits the first person. And they don't know about violence.
Uh-huh.
So they get hit and they're like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, I don't understand violence. So they go, I'm sorry, I must have walked into your hand. They're the one apologizing. And then he kicks him in the face.
Right.
And
Well,
then
But
something happens. I don't
but
know.
if you looked at it as like a feature-length film, there'd be a person that comes up with violence, and at first he's smart about it, and of course it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And then also another thing that would be different is people would just adapt to violence because it would be as obvious as lying. That was something I didn't like about the movie. Is
That nobody else
nobody
did
can
it.
figure out at any point.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we can fly in an airplane, but we can't figure out what he's doing just because it's new.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, Ricky Gervais sucks.
end of part 1.
Yeah. If this comes out, I don't know when it's going to come out. I'm not confident it's coming out before Tuesday, which is the...
Well, we would upload last week's episode
Yeah.
first.
Okay, well then I got nothing. I'm hosting Tuesday the 20-something of November at the Comedy Club for the first time. But this is going to be after that. So I have hosted. It went really, really well. I've actually booked a few shows off of that, so you can come see me in Seattle. I'll be there December 2nd.
Just look at his Instagram.
I have nothing about comedy on my Instagram, but you can look it up, and I'll probably start posting some
You should
things.
have a separate Instagram.
But
For sure.
I already have like 1,350 followers on mine,
Well,
so
yeah,
I
you
just
can make-
convert it into...
You can make some posts
Without people knowing.
about like, hey, check
Yeah.
this out, but you don't want
I'll figure
people
it out.
finding you for your comedy, also seeing pictures of your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway.
End of part 1.
End of part 1.
We'll come back. We'll come back so
I
soon.
wish we had ended tight with the end of the music because it was really cool, but
Yeah, just do that.
well, what we're just gonna we're just gonna do what we just did without the context of the music for the listener, or are we gonna play the music twice?
No,
I
just
mean,
cut
when-
off the
yeah, I
stuff
mean,
that
when
we
I'm
said
editing
behind
it.
it.
After, because
well, I
Taylor
liked what we
starts
said.
to- Okay.
It doesn't matter, you know.
We'll get it tight.
Whatever.
Let's
You
take a
guys,
break.
I came here. I was really excited to do this.
You
I've
came
laughed
in-
at every single musical
You came
cue.
in unbelievably stressed. You did not seem like you were
I was stressed because I was so
5 minutes late.
I
We weren't
made-
even late.
I made all of those audios in the span of like 2 hours.
They were all good.
That's why I was late. I was crunched.
They were all good.
Is this where you announce that you're feeling burnt out from the podcast? You're gonna
No,
quit and
I'm
leave,
saying
leave it to Taylor and me.
I came in with weird energy. I'll grant you that.
Mhm.
But I feel like for this show, I was ready to go. I had things to say.
You
I
did
had
have things to say.
ideas.
I am the problem. This one.
I think we should stop recording this.
Okay,
right
stop
now.
recording. We'll talk about it. We'll
Okay.
dissect off camera.
All right. Love you guys.
I'm thankful for both of you.